Hi, my name is Roxanne, and a lot of you here may know my name, and some may not have known my face, but here am I today, Roxanne from the community of Mayaro. I am a mom, a wife, a business person, and most importantly, a community member. Let me tell you about Roxanne, the Carnival Queen of Trinidad and Tobago 2018 and 2020. So you, it may sound wow, but the journey wasn't just being victorious. I mean, starting this journey in 2011 with my designer Leo Lacan, who was my past neighbor. I mean, he saw something in me that I think a lot of designers, if they had the opportunity, they would have grabbed me. My height, my face, and honestly, the passion that I had for culture. Now, I didn't know anything about Carnival when it comes to dancing, the costumes and all this stuff. So my first performance in 2011, I came fourth in the semis. And we came away that year, 2011, out of 50 queens, fourth place. And to us was a victory. In 2018, I got that nod because that night I went out and I said, you know what, this is my time. I am going to do that stage, but I always wanted to take charge, and I took charge that night in 2018. I was crowned Carnival Queen, first ever Carnival Queen out of Mayaro. You know, and I always stress on Mayaro because I'm a Mayaro girl. And then again, 2019, I thought I had it in the bag because we worked hard, tired, costume broke, and at the end of the day, I came out second. And going back 2020 with a revenge, because I mean, I was so upset because I knew I had it in the bag 2019. And I went that night of the finals in 2020. My costume broke in the back of the stage because the rain was falling so hard. We were literally crying. While my number was calling and we were going to the front of the stage, my designer and my team were just chucking flags where we were supposed to be tying things. And I said, it's either me, you, and that stage there, or I'm going to bring it home. And again, the results was in my favor. I was crowned Carnival Queen 2020. So I've told you about Roxanne, the Carnival Queen / culture person. But let me tell you about Roxanne, the business person. Yes, I'm also a business entrepreneur, a business owner. So my journey within the business arena started when I was about 23 years old. Yes, I got into business. I was about 23 years old. And seeing my mother and father into agriculture, but they were planting. My dad in Mayaro, known as the pumpkin guy or the planting guy. So I decided when they bring home their stuff, I was always experimenting and stuff like that with different agriculture products as well as seafood. So I started an actual product in 2015. You know, I was the first person to actually do a vegan link in Trinidad. You know, it was under the brand Trini. But I said, you know what, I would not stop there. So there were nights I was crying because I thought I had a good product. But I knew what I wanted to do, and with hard work, with dedication and stuff like that, I didn't stop. And in 2018, I again started experimenting with my father's love, which is pumpkin. So I started experimenting it in 2018, 2019. And I said, you know what? Everyone loves butter. Why can't I do something like that? You know, when I went to my sister, and I told them about it, they were like, how are you going to do that? And I sat down nights when people were sleeping 2-3 in the morning. I was digging up and researching, finding out different ways how I could work with it because pumpkin has a lot of water. You know, there were nights that I said, Lord, why me? Because I knew I had something, but I didn't actually know what I was going to do. And 2019, November the 16th, I could never forget that. I got up around 12:30 the night with this vision, and I started to write down a recipe. And I went in my kitchen, and the only thing I didn't have was the actual full cream, but I used milk instead. And I whipped everything together, and the taste I got was so creamy, and I was like, Lord, did I do this? Did you send me this? I started crying. And I didn't even have time to sleep. I was so fascinated and blown away with what I created in the kitchen. And I say, Lord Father, is this really happening? Then I started to knock at doors when it comes to going to the different ministries and stuff to find out the approval process in which I should go about it. I mean, I created the first ever pumpkin butter in the Caribbean. Now I'm just telling you, not just in Trinidad, but in the Caribbean, there's nothing like us. And when we did our research, there's nothing like it in the world. Because what the US and them consider as butter, we consider as jam here. So I created a unique and niche product right in the community of Mayaro. So my advice to you young ladies out there, always believe in yourself. There would be times that you may find that you may be wondering why you, because things may not be going your way. But always believe in yourself and push towards your dream and your goal. The negative persons or remarks or people that are around you, you try to eliminate, I always say, because they are not for you. Always believe that when you want to succeed, that you need to know the direction in which you want to go, and positive is always your number one. Focus on yourself, be mindful that respect, honesty, integrity has a big part to play in your journey as well too. Listen to your parents. That's something I always tell the young ladies and people in general. Listen to your parents, and most importantly, remember that man above, which is Jesus Christ, because I always believe that without him nothing could go right. Put him forefront, make sure that he's number one, because when everyone leaves you and everyone say no, he's the man that knows yourself and know what you're about and would always say yes. That's how I always go about life, believing in him, believing in myself, and pushing towards my dream. And I ask you to do that as a young person here today. With that said, I would want to thank the MP, Mr. Paray, and the entire team for giving me the opportunity to be an awardee today, and for this great opportunity to let the young women know that we are as important as everyone else in the world, and with honesty, hard work, transparency, that things would always go in your favor once you have a proper path in front of you and you set that goal. With that said, I say thank you and have a blessed day.